Someone you care about has not been answering for a bit too long, and now you're anxious. You're wondering if something happened to them, or maybe you're doubting your relationship. Let's do some EFT tapping, a quick session to reduce the anxiety and calm the nervous system down when we are worrying, either for, a very secure relationship. It could be a sibling, a parent, a friend. But we feel this anxiety when we feel distance, or they're not answering, or they're not coming home at the time they said. And it could be also, anxious attachment in a romantic relationship, where if they're not texting back, if they're not, doing what we expected them to do, we feel this panic, anxiety, sometimes even anger. Even though they are not answering, or they've been gone for a while, and I'm starting to feel very anxious. I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I haven't heard from them in a while, and I'm just feeling anxious. I feel it in my body. Maybe it's tightness in my throat or chest, buzzing in my head. I accept my feelings, my emotions, and these sensations. I'm feeling anxious right now. Maybe I'm starting to overthink and overanalyze. I might be playing worst case scenarios in my mind. I'm afraid something bad has happened or will happen. They have been gone for a while or are not answering. And I'm scared. I am anxious. All of this anxiety in my body and head. Part of me needs and wants answers right now. Because if not, I spiral down. And I wonder what's going on. And I'm afraid they're going away or something happened to them. There is this wired, energetic pattern in my body that is preparing for loss. And either it's loss of a healthy, peaceful relationship, if something happens to them, or I might be afraid they are going to leave me or dump me. That our bond is not safe. So I'm acknowledging this fight or flight in my body. All of the tension and racing thoughts. That's a fight or flight response. It's my body perceiving a danger. The danger of loss. And this has nothing to do with this person, and everything to do with what I've learned earlier. Maybe I learned that connection wasn't constant or safe. Maybe my parents separated and I lost one of them. Maybe I lived in or grew up in a chaotic environment where things were hot and cold, peaceful and explosive, good moments and fear and terror. Or maybe at one point someone left and never came back. And I'm acknowledging all of the pain that created at that moment. Part of me is still scanning for danger. Part of me is expecting the worst. So I choose to soothe and comfort that part of me now. I choose to remember all of the times things were okay. This anxiety has old roots. Maybe it even has generational roots. So I'm taking a moment to simply observe the pattern. There was a wound earlier in my childhood or life that made me very sensitive to loss or abandonment. And sometimes that wound gets triggered. And healing it starts with calming my nervous system down. I'm doing tapping right now. In this exact second, my survival is not at risk. And it's okay to sometimes be preoccupied. But I get to do that without all of this anxiety. My body is reacting to a past wound or past danger that felt like a threat to my survival. But feelings are not facts. My survival wasn't at risk back then, and it's not at risk now. So what if there's a more peaceful way to deal with these triggers and emotions? I choose to feel grounded in my body now. And I choose to let little me know I, the adult, am right here. I will always be here. I'm not going anywhere. Little me can always come to me for a big hug or fun or just sit on my lap. This is the reassurance and consistency I needed as a child. And instead of outsourcing that to other people, which never has guarantees, I make it my inner job. Because I can always be there for little me. And that's the only type of reassurance she really or he really needs right now. I choose to understand I can reassure little me. Okay, take a deep breath in, breathe out. There could be so many sources of anxious attachment. And again, it doesn't necessarily mean it's in a relationship or that the relationship is unhealthy. Sometimes we have a very healthy, secure partner, but still feel this anxiety, even when they go to work or when they're not answering their phone for too long. And very often it has roots to situations in childhood where there was uncertainty around an important figure of attachment. And of course, if you remember some of these specific events, or if we get to identify them through hypnosis, doing EFT on those very specific events, when there was a fear or the attachment bond was threatened, that's where you will see the biggest impact into alleviating the symptoms today. So I really encourage you to do that. So thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll see you in the next one.